Why exactly are you playing Pharrah on ranked? She's not even the meta, and all Junkrat can do is charge up Zarya. He's completely useless. Hearing that and similar things really grinds my gears. Hey, what's up guys, Cliff here once again, and welcome back to Overwatch. In this video, I would like to discuss the difference between Junkrat and Pharrah, what they are meant to do, and how people can play them wrong very easily, hence giving them such a bad reputation. So let's get right into it. I would like to kick things off with the obvious and not so obvious differences between Pharrah and Junkrat. A lot of people seem to think that the only thing that differentiates them is that one can fly and the other can't, but there are a few more things. Let's put aside the notion that you can only play either of those on just one side of a match. Both heroes have their utilities on attack and defense if played correctly. So what can Junkrat do that Pharrah can't? Junkrat's main strength over Pharrah is area of denial. He's able to close down chokes with a constant barrage of explosives, making it more difficult for the enemy team to advance. What's good about Junkrat is that he can do so and cause a lot of damage without direct line of sight. His explosives bounce off walls and only explode on impact with players or after a certain amount of time, whereas Pharrah is not only an easy target for hit-scan characters when in the sky, but her rockets also detonate on impact with any surface. So Junkrat can do a lot of damage without even revealing himself unnecessarily to hit-scan characters, and his explosives are not always easy to predict if played properly. Why would anyone pick Pharrah then? Well, Pharrah is a flanker. Yes, my friends, she joins the ranks of Tracer, Genji, Winston, D.Va and Reaper. Pharrah's job is not to deny an area, though she can still be useful in spamming down at choke points. Pharrah's job is to get behind enemy lines and focus fire on key assets of the enemy composition before anyone turns around to take her out. I apologize for the lack of proper Pharrah footage. I'm actually really bad at handling her, but that does not mean I cannot talk about her rationale and character design. A good Pharrah will be able to use her mobility to fly above the enemy's front line to target supports or key DPS heroes and take them out of the fight quickly. If properly predicted, Pharrah can take out most of the heroes in the game before they can even react, with the second rocket already being on its way before the first one hit the target. So there are some fundamental differences between Pharrah and Junkrat. One is meant for area of denial and to pressure enemies in teamfights, while the other one is more of an assassin, focusing her fire on key targets. The reason those two heroes have such a bad reputation next to top 5 ranked heroes for Overwatch videos on YouTube is that it is really easy to play them wrong, and that especially with the current state of the game in which Zarya is present in almost every ranked match above Platinum. A bad Junkrat will spam down a choke, half damage a Reinhardt shield and fully charge a Zarya before being taken out by a flanker, effectively having done a lot of harm and no good for his team. A bad Pharrah will position herself poorly and blindly fire into a bulk of enemies, damage them all halfway and feed into support ultimates, next to the inevitable Zarya charge of course. Even a halfway decent McCree or Soldier 76 will be able to take her out of the sky. So let's talk about how you can improve your game and avoid common mistakes. Let's kick things off with Pharrah. Positioning for Pharrah is key. You have to make sure that you do not stay in line of sight of hit-scan heroes for too long. If you have no other choice, you have to focus them down quickly before going for the supports. Do not blindly spam into the enemy team, especially not if they have a Lucio. You are only fueling support ultimates, which is especially dangerous if they have an Ana. Do not use Concussive Blast solemnly for the purpose of trying to throw enemies off the map. This ability is half of Pharrah's mobility. Use it to push yourself away from walls and the like to make yourself hard to hit for hit-scan heroes and to disengage after you've taken out your key targets. Do not wait for the perfect opportunity to use your ultimate. If you take too long to use it, enemies will know that you're plotting something and take you out quickly. If you have a good angle on the enemies and nobody notices you, seize the moment. If you just take out 1 or 2 guys, that's an advantage of 1 or 2 heroes for your own team. Now Junkrat. Junkrat is about mastering the chaos. In a teamfight, you have to make sure that hit-scan heroes will never be in a comfortable position to align their shots. Do not stand still while spamming a choke. If you don't move, the bombs will always go down the exact same way and they will become predictable for the enemies. You want to avoid that at all costs. Burn Zarya down first and foremost. Her shield can only absorb so much damage and she won't be able to do anything if she's dead. Burn through her shield and take her out before she can become a problem. Do not rely on your trap as a means to get kills. Please. Placing down your bear trap with your bomb may sound like a good idea in theory, but you're taking away a good chunk of effectiveness by hoping that someone will run into it. You can prepare those after you've won a teamfight. Throw your trap whenever it is available in a teamfight. Someone randomly running into it because they can't see it in the heat of battle is your chance to take them out. Your bomb is an effective and reliable tool to take out enemies, but also to create distance between you and heroes like Winston and Reaper. Do not be too greedy with your ultimate. I know that we all like to get the play of the game, rip tire, quad kill, but remember, even if you just kill one person, that's one person less to worry about in a team fight, especially if that's a Zenyatta or Lucio who can keep their team alive longer. Alright guys, those are just some of the things you should keep in mind when playing those heroes. Obviously there is a lot more that goes into actually mastering them, despite popular belief. But I hope this video helped you understand the differences in utility and what to do to avoid basic mistakes that might even cost you the victory. If the video was helpful, informative, or entertaining at all, do feel free to leave me a like on your way out, subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you guys next time.